Shane, you are part of the Cahergara Amalgamation team, which will play St Patrick's Grammar School Downpatrick in the Danske MacLarnon Cup final in Armagh on Monday 18th of March. How do you feel about the final? What are your feelings leading up to the final?
Well, for me personally and the rest of the team, everyone's just excited for it, to be honest, and it's a big day out for everyone at the school, and we're just going to enjoy it the way we have been through the full competition. Like, no real pressure, we're just going to play football and enjoy the game, hopefully come out with one to end up.
How do you feel about the buzz around the school at the moment?
You can definitely sense a buzz around the school, like after the Marquee Cup one and getting into the MacLarnon final. You can definitely feel like even the younger ones feeling more motivated to win stuff throughout the school. Then after the Marquee Cup one, we had like a coffee morning with all the staff to show their support for the All Ireland as well.
Owen, you're also part of the Cahergara Amalgamation team, which will be playing in the MacLarnon Cup final on 18th of March. You've had a very successful year as a schools player to date. You were on the St Column's Marquee Cup winning team, and you were also chosen as a schools All-Star. How does it feel to have been chosen as a hurling All-Star, the first in St Column's?
It's obviously great for me to win an All-Star, and it's also great for the school to be the first ever hurling All-Star at the school, and really rounded off a great year for me, captain Derry to All Ireland and won an All-Star title for second time in a row with Kevin Lynch's.
Did you think, as an amalgamated school, that you could make it to the final this year?
I suppose at the start of the year the real goal was to develop players from the city, and most players don't get the chance to play at this high level, and definitely to develop players and make them better for their own clubs when they come back to their own clubs after this is over. But I suppose when you start off the start of the year you want to get to the final, and thankfully we've got there, and we definitely want to go on, push on and win it.
Fergal, you've also had a successful year with your school team this year. You were captain of the college team which won the Danske Bank Marquee Cup recently. As a member of the amalgamation team, have you noticed or felt any difficulties with that type of setup?
Oh, there definitely was. It was school, like we could just set a day, like say Tuesday and Thursday, just train those days because everyone's done school. But with the MacLarnon it was a lot difficult because Lumen, they have their own school team, Oak Grove, St Joe's, they all have their own school team. You had to pick a day, say a Wednesday, but then you had to train after school, and it was just difficult trying to get training sorted with everyone elsewhere and studying. Like people, even in St Column's, were studying in the Tech or studying in Thorn Hull, and it was difficult to get training in. And then game day, like you had to agree with all the principals, but principals are great letting us out during the school day. At the start of the year, we were going to try to get the games after school, but that was difficult too because it didn't suit other schools. But it was good.
We're here this afternoon in Oak Grove Integrated College in Derry, and Mark, you're part of the amalgamated group known as Cahergara, who are going to be featuring in the Danske Bank MacLarnon Cup final. What are your feelings leading up to the final?
It's really excited. It's a really good team since the start, like, so we're just looking forward to it now, like, build up buzz now and training and stuff, so no, we're all excited, we're all looking forward to it.
Would you notice much of a buzz around your own school, or is there more of a buzz within the group?
I mean, we're in school as well, it's, Gaelic hasn't been as big as it has now in the school, so definitely buzzing the school and around the group as well, 100%, like it's around the group is really buzzing as well. Like.
Any difficulties with the amalgamation this year, or was it easy to get up and running and continue with?
No, there wasn't too much difficulty. I mean, a lot of us know each other already, so kind of the chemistry was good already. So from other clubs and just knowing them from playing them and stuff like that there as well. So I know it was really good. The chemistry was good straight away. Like, so.
And when you guys met at the start of the year, what were your aims to achieve this year? What were your goals?
When we knew at the start that we had a good team, so just go as far as we possibly can and just try and win. Ben,
you've had a very successful year so far in terms of schools football. You were chosen as an Ulster Schools All-Star, and indeed after that you made your debut for the Derry senior team. How are preparations going for the final, Ben?
I think preparations are going very well. We're training hard. There's nobody really carrying any injuries. We're really just looking forward to the final now.
all efforts are going towards it, and we can't wait. So we've been training hard now, and there's been nobody missing from the training sessions. We're just looking forward to the final now and hopefully getting the job done.
Jude, the Cahergara Amalgamation is just on the road this year. How do you feel you have done this year, and what were your aims at the outset?
I think our aims were to put a team together that would go far in the competition and give all the boys a chance to play at a higher level than we do at our individual schools, and to just promote Gaelic in Derry City, give them something to have a bit of hype about. So,
how do you think the amalgamation has worked this year? Have you seen any difficulties in it?
I think the amalgamation's worked really well, and at the start we were a bit worried about getting time to train and the boys mixing, but the boys have mixed really well, and we're like one big team now at the minute and everybody's getting on really well. The problems, obviously being in different schools and trying to come together for training, we have to go after school in St Columns or all meet up in different schools, and it is hard, but we're doing really well with what we have at the minute and I hope it continues.
Oren, you've had a successful year to date. You were chosen earlier on in the year as a future Stars All-Star. How have you fitted into the amalgamation? What has your games been like?
Well, for our first couple of games this year, I feel it was sort of like us gelling together because we hadn't got a proper friendly, and because of the two schools we were trying to join together and get a real chemistry. And I feel the real game that changed for us this season was our first game against a show, and we didn't perform, and didn't work together. And I think after that we just really started kicking on. We got a few good friendlies, trained hard, and then we had a good one against Knock in the last round, and the commitment we showed in the game against Show, I feel just got us over the line, and I feel like the experience that we've had so far this year has really built us up for the final now.